intimacy was actually forced upon us. Think about that. Intimacy was forced upon us. It was no longer this macro look or this big globalized look at everything. It was really reduced to the things that should really matter in your life. And the part of that is intimacy, really deep personal connections. It's not always about going wide. At times it's about going deep. And during this time frame, you and the loved ones within your household have been given the opportunity to go deep. What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go. What's up, fellas? This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You, and I hope y'all are well. I hope you're making the most of the opportunities you have, and I hope y'all are staying well. That is step one to everything right now, staying well. So I pray everybody's well, doing what you can to make the most of a situation, make a little bit of lemonade out of some lemons. You know, don't put too much sugar in it because that's not good for you. But anyway, make some lemonade out of lemons. But quickly today, I wanted to drop something that I think will be interesting. And in the midst of what we're dealing with, in the midst of what we're going through and all of that, my whole thought process is, how do we make the most of it, right? How do we make the most of this time that we have? Again, first, or step one is to stay healthy, stay well, make sure that your loved ones and those that you're connected to stay well and stay healthy. But after that is accomplished, how do we make the most of the situation? And this concept really laid on me earlier today, and it's the concept of intimacy. Intimacy. And, think about this. Before the quarantine and before the stay-at-home orders, we were all over the place, right? We were all over the place doing all kind of stuff, buying things we didn't need, spending time and energy, focusing on things that really don't move the needle. But one of the things that we really did not focus on in a really deep manner is the concept of intimacy. And so when I think about intimacy, I'm not talking about it from a romantic sense. Yeah, that's part of it, right? I mean, you can, increase your level of intimacy or being focused on intimacy in a romantic sense. But when I think about intimacy, I'm thinking about just really deep connections, really deep personal connections with those that matter the most to you. Intimacy, really deep personal connections with those who matter most to you. And with this quarantine, the stay-at-home orders and all of that, intimacy was actually forced upon us. Think about that. Intimacy was forced upon us. It was no longer this macro look or this big globalized look at everything. It was really reduced to the things that should really matter in your life. And the part of that is intimacy, really deep personal connections. It's not always about going wide. At times it's about going deep. And during this time frame, you and the loved ones within your household have been given the opportunity to go deep. Now, it's been a challenge at times because, again, if you've not been in a position in which you've had to spend a whole lot of time 24/7 with your spouse or with your kids, it can be challenging, and it's a learning curve. But if you really reframe it, it gives you an opportunity to really build intimacy with minimal outside distractions. The place that you could run off to and get away and go hang out with your girls or hang out with your boys. You can send your kids to this person's house to go kick it, and you can get some, chill time. I mean, all of those things have been eroded. So now you are forced to have intimate time with those closest to you, those that are within your household. intimacy. And what's interesting as we hear about potential plans with, various states and all about reopening the economy, what's interesting about that is the fact that there is a potential rollout plan, meaning it's not just going to be, hey, everything is open, y'all get back to normal. There's going to be kind of a scaled up approach or scaled approach to doing that. And so the first few rounds of reopening are still going to allow us to really be intimate with those closest to us. Because truthfully, even things being opened again, it's not going to be like it was before. There are going to be restrictions. There are going to be limits on numbers of people. You're not going to be able to go into large groups, and you're not going to really be able to just pawn things off to other people that you can do with your own from an intimate perspective. You're not going to be able to escape just yet. So intimacy. And what's interesting about it is I personally believe a lot of us, me included, really needed this thing forced upon us at times, or in this time, to really reevaluate the value prop of intimacy. We're able to go deep with our close loved ones. We're able to rekindle things with our close loved ones. And again, that's if we have the mindset to reframe and look at this as an opportunity to focus on intimacy. So once the scaled approach is at its peak and they've opened up the doors and pretty much give us all the opportunity to go back to business as usual, are we going to keep the value on intimacy that we were kind of thrust into during the corona crisis? Or are we going to go back to normal, air quotes, normal? We're going to go back to normal and put intimacy kind of farther down on the totem pole of importance. I want you to think about that. Intimacy. Intimacy is so important. It's so important to go deep versus always going wide. Because when you go deep, you're able to forge really deeper connections, and you're able to create some pathways between you and those that you're closest to that you otherwise might not have had. It's like roots that are very, very deep. When you have really, really deep roots in the ground, yes, a hurricane or some type of storm can, uproot it and, knock it down. But that tree with very, very, very deep roots is definitely a little less likely to be disrupted by a major storm than a tree with very shallow roots. So view the opportunity with your family, with your close loved ones, with those within your household. View the opportunity to build on intimacy as an opportunity to really establish deep roots with those that are closest to you. Again, stay healthy. Keep those around you healthy, and those that you have, connection to and everything. Keep everybody healthy. Once that's done, focus on intimacy with those closest to you. And let's keep that thing going, because again, establishing really deep roots is going to carry us a long way, because this ain't the last storm that we're going to encounter. But when those storms come with deep roots, we're more grounded. And when I say grounded in the roots, these are roots that we're growing together. We're more grounded and connected so that we can withstand the storms that are coming. All right. Intimacy. All right, fellas. Hey, make sure to visit blackfathersnow.com. And yo, we've created some communities at the bottom of the webpage here. One of the first communities that was created is called Brothers in Arms. Y'all go down and click on the Brothers in Arms link, and you'll see some new information. We have a newsletter that was created by some brothers who are current active duty and veteran servicemen with the armed forces. But these are brothers who are black fathers and veterans or active duty military. And they've created a newsletter, and we're creating actually a group of brothers to in essence, develop a nuanced conversation with that particular demographic, because the brothers need it. And going forward, we're going to create some other communities with other kind of areas of expertise or areas of practice. And those are coming soon. in the future. But right now, Brothers in Arms is currently live. Y'all check that out. But as always, subscribe via iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Share this episode, please. Please share this episode. Y'all stay well, and until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise, and I'll holler at you. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.